Hello, another video today, this time of the California Zephyr series of cars from Broadway Limited. There's the logo. I decided I'd start showing you the packaging of these because they're sort of Hornby style EPS stuff, but there is a nice touch which I'll show you in a moment. Firstly, on the end of the box, very nice sort of checklist for what you can buy to complete your version of the California Zephyr train. California Zephyr, FYI, was, and there's a whole bit of ramble about that, so they ran in the 50s, 60s and a little bit in the 40s through Chicago to Denver, and then through the rest of Colorado, Nevada to San Francisco in California. So they went pretty much from the middle of the country right the way to the East Coast. Sorry, the West Coast, idiot. Yes, I actually have been on that route in the updated Amtrak version of this train. I went in 1999 with my family as part of my granddad's 80th birthday, actually. We decided we'd spend some money because he's a train fan and we all enjoy going on trains, and it's a really gorgeous bit of scenery. I'll try and track down some videos on YouTube of it and link them in, or favourite them or something, so you can have a look. Yes, it's a really spectacular route, and so perfect for these domed cars here. These are observation domes. Probably the seating in these would be pretty sought after. You'd want to make sure you got your seat early. Here's another car which also has another dome, and a third car which also has a dome. You need at least 3 or 4 domes to be prototypically accurate, though, you know, since when did I care about that? But in this case, it just doesn't look right if you don't have at least 3 of these going along the track. They look really fantastic. Actually, hang on. Yeah, here's the diner car. As you can see, great big picture windows where you just sit, have gallons of food, which they cook in the galley end just here. You have loads of food and sit while this absolutely fantastic scenery just rolls by. It's quite a way to travel. I think beats planes by a long way. And you're not likely to run into any problems with, you know, volcanic ash or any of that sort of stuff. Yes, so obviously the packaging's very nice, and you can collect about, well, there's lots of different ones of those. I've actually seen a website where they showed somebody had held a kind of event at their layout where everybody he knew must have bought a separate set of these, because I think there must have been about 6 trains worth of these. I'm thinking, that's where the hell they all went, because I couldn't find any on the internet or any in any shops, and it's just these 10 guys must have bought all of them. These cars are quite hard to get hold of after a little while. Yes, so there it is. As you can see already, it looks absolutely amazingly detailed. These are a real pleasure to run and enjoy. For the main reason is that they quite often, certainly in American stuff, you end up with a lot of cars, these streamlined cars. I must have about 20 or 30 of these in various paint schemes, but I've always thought the least convincing was the kind of silver aluminium finish, polished finish, which a lot of the real ones do, and I have to say this is the only one which I've seen which comes close to it. I mean, look at that, it shines in a really convincing way. Most of the time sort of just standard silver paint doesn't really do the job. This is actually nickel plated, I believe. Another little look at things that come with the train, things that come with each car. They have quite a helpful series of disassembly instructions, actually, that tell you exactly how you're supposed to be taking them all apart. So it tells you things like pry loose the end clips, and it shows you where they are. Hornby, are you listening? You need to do this a bit more, because sometimes you're trying to take something apart and you have no idea where the damn screw is. Anyway, here is a nice little leaflet they give you about the train, which includes a full interior diagram and a couple of pictures as well, and a cross section, which I think is a really, really nice touch to give you all this kind of thing, and a bunch of blurb about that as well. So actual drawings of the cars. So if you were to take it all apart, this is what you'd see just inside. I think that's fantastic, and it's all done in the design as well. All this, that's the design that would be present on all of the bits of paraphernalia, all the plates, all the menus, all the tickets, and so on, would just be everywhere. All the brochures and so on. Anyway, now down to the real good stuff on the model. Now that we've dealt with all the packaging, see, there's that much to do to have a look at it. You don't get that with your standard Hornby car. Yes. Now this is a really, really nice touch. Did you see that? Oh, it just winked at me. Yes. Full lit interior. Isn't that amazing? I can show you inside the car, just one moment. There we are. You probably can't see it that well because it's actually daylight. Yeah, you can just about see in here. You can see make out a couple of chairs. The dome looks pretty good, though you get a bit of light, as you can see, shining through the floor. So I'll have to paint it and have a little look at that. It also seems to be kind of slightly green in there, which is not so convincing. This is due to probably the fact that the LEDs are white and the windows are slightly blue tinted. But there's, you can take them apart and paint the interiors, which I often do on some of my cars, and I'll show you some of the ones I've done. Anyway, yes, the really nice touch about this one is how convincing the end car looks. This would be the whole end of the train. This is the observation car, and you'd sit in the back here and talk about important things or whatever you wanted to be doing. Just enjoy watching the track fly past. Mars lights, fully lit. Those would be lit at the back of the train to let people know when it's passed. Also, the identification, the train nameplate at the back is lit up as well, which is a really nice touch. I don't know if you can make it out there. If I turn it off, yeah. Well, with this camera it's a bit difficult to see exactly, but you see there's this yellow strip in the middle. Basically what that is, that's a tiny, tiny little picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. It's actually a sort of silhouette at sunset of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and it has the words California Zephyr either side, arranged, and it looks like neon tubes. So if you turn it on, the whole thing glows as if it were lit, which I think is a really, really nice touch. Usually you have to buy a separate kit to do that if you want to have a sort of nameplate on the back. But in this case, they've actually done it for you, which then again does explain the price. That's the one thing with these cars, they're very expensive. I only managed to get these because I was smart about when I got them and made sure I got a few before they started to really run out. I also didn't do any bidding. I didn't bet on any on eBay. I didn't bid for them at all. I actually did the buy it now from various internet stores, and really hunted them down. I've only got about 6. I think if I wanted to get a 7th, I'd probably get another dome car just to sort of beef up the train a bit. But as it happens, all my track is and any layout that I could potentially build in HO or 00 scale would have to be so. I'd have to have such long sidings anyway that I can't really afford to be having trains that are a good 8 to 10 cars long anymore, because I only have really room for 6. So this is good enough for me at the moment. I'm sure you'll see videos of these running. So until next time, I'll have something else to show you. Alright, all the best.